What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing good. Before I start this video, I need to say thanks to Lou from First Aid Air Gun. He sent me the hand pump that I'm using today, and I also need to say thank you to my good friend who sent me this Beeman Underlever in 177 to hold on to for a little while, to make some videos with, and to try out PCP guns. I've been shooting, I guess, air rifles on this channel for about 2 years, and I'm gonna count this as really the first PCP rifle. I had a Benjamin Maximus when I first started, but I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I really didn't know what I was doing when I started. And that Benjamin Maximus, I got it really cheap. It malfunctioned, I sent it back, and that was it. That and occasionally shooting, or twice really, shooting one of my buddy's Marauders. That's the only PCP experience that I have. PCP is pre-charged pneumatic. That's what this air rifle is. Again, it's 177 caliber. A Beeman Underlever. I've got a Bushnell Banner scope mounted on there, some loopholed rings, and I've just pumped this thing back up. And I've tried 2 different types of pellets at 25 yards. I've tried the Crossman 10.5 domes, and they did good. And I tried the JSB 8.44s, and they did just about as good. So I don't think this is a pellet picky air rifle, but I've picked the JSB 8.44s because I think this is shooting it a little bit flatter, and the targets out there today are at 50 yards. It's probably the wrong day to do this. I'm a little under the weather. My family and we've all been sick all week, so I'm a little whiny, and it's really windy, but I think that I can do a little bit of plinking today. I've also got a paper target up out there, so we're gonna find out where I need to use my point of aim with this scope with a 25-yard zero. I want to keep it zeroed at 25. I don't want to re-zero at 50, but I want to learn at 12 power where to hold over. So that's what the paper target's for. I've got the single shot tray in this Beeman air rifle. I like simplicity. I think I'll probably use the magazine at a later date once I kind of get more familiar with it. But let's go ahead and start shooting. It's really cool. It kind of makes me wish I would have got into this sooner. I held off on buying a PCP or getting into PCPs because I really honestly didn't know if I was going to stick with the hobby. I thought my original plan was to kind of get back into firearms once I could get some ammo and stuff, but that was like a year and a half ago now. So I'm gonna aim about, I just pumped this up. This is at 3,000 PSI. I think I need to run a little bit higher scope rings. That's one thing that I'm noticing with this Beeman. That's honestly my only gripe so far with it. The trigger is a little bit lighter than factory. My buddy worked on the trigger a little bit, but I just need to run some higher rings, and I think that this would be, I would have no complaints. But here we go. I'm just going to do like a quick, let's do like 3 shots on that paper. I'm going to aim, I'm at 12 power with my scope, so that's all the way maxed out for magnification. And I'm going to aim with the fat part of the crosshairs where it goes into the skinny part. And that's what I'm going to put dead center. Not a lot of wind for this shot right here. So threw that one right. We may be switching back to the Crossman 10.5s. Let's see where this next one will go. Yeah, just the underlever bullpup design is making it to where the shooting position's a little funny. I think if the scope was a little bit higher, I could get a little more comfortable, but that's really the only gripe I have with this. And again, this is 50 yards. Let's do one more shot and I'll adjust the scope over. And I've got all kinds of cans and some steel targets and stuff, and we'll shoot that stuff, or at least I'll attempt to. Okay, so I'm just going to move it over a little bit and call that good. There was really no wind for any of those shots. Let's go. That's probably 2 inches, so let's go 10 clicks. That should be about right if I'm doing math in my head correctly. With these scopes at 100 yards, 4 clicks is 1 inch. So a little bit of math. Probably did it wrong. Let's do another shot on paper and see where we're at now. I'm aiming just a little bit higher. Wind's blowing right now. May have corrected a little bit too much. And this is non-regulated too. Excuse me. This is non-regulated too, so it potentially is going a little bit faster with a full canister or a full charge. I did notice while sighting this in, once it got down to about 2800, right here where we're at now, it got really accurate to about, I would say about 1800. That's where I pumped it up. So I should not have adjusted my scope at all. Let's go back to the right just a little bit. And I am going to go up. With the JSB, the 8.44s, it was a little low at 25, so I can go up and be okay. Let's do one more shot on the paper and then we'll do some plinking. Sorry guys that I'm so low energy today, but this round of kindergarten sickness has been rough. I'm really excited even though I'm moving slow. I'm joining the dark side like Lou says from First State. Last shot on the paper. I seen that one go way right. I think the wind caught that one. I'm gonna split the difference on the scope adjustments. Not really. This will be for real the last shot on paper. Again, this is 50 yards, JSB 8.44s, Beeman Underlever. A little bit of wind down there this time. Yeah, I think that wind's pushing it. I think I'll just compensate for the wind instead of changing my zero again. I like the ambidextrous design. That's important. That's something I always look at. Let's go for that chocolate milk bottle. Oh my gosh. That's a letdown. Okay. No wind down there. I'm just going to aim at the very top of that bottle. There we go. 50 yards with a 177 pellet is pretty decent. I like that the gauge is on this side. Okay, these are going to be tough. I think I got a little too cocky when I was setting my targets up. I'm going to go for that can. Okay. That's a lot of fun. One thing that I can say about this is it's a little louder than I thought. I was shooting it over at my workshop and I was expecting it to be kind of quiet, and drew some attention. So I think a buck rail moderator would be a good addition to one of these if you had one. Next can over. I'm just aiming a little left, nothing crazy. I can see the leaves down there. Next can over. Yeah, if you had one of these and really learned it, you could definitely shoot a squirrel at this far. I'm not sure of the FPE down there, but I'm sure that it would be enough to ethically do a headshot. And my buddy, okay, we got a little bit of wind on this one. Yep. And my buddy said that he adjusted the hammer spring to about right in the middle, so medium power, you get a little more, you get a couple more extra shots compared to a maximum power from one of these. Yeah, we got some wind. It's gonna be tough. There we go. It's pretty cool. That's pretty satisfying. 50 yards with a 177. I've got a couple videos of me doing this with other rifles, but not as well as this one's doing it. I'm gonna go to that second row, that can. No wind down there. Trigger feels good on this thing. I can't remember the mod that he said he did, but the trigger's about, I'd say about 2.5 pounds. Okay, first still target of the day. I think that's the squirrel. I think it hit the, I think it might have hit the chain. So not quite enough power to knock that squirrel off, but it's enough power to make a pleasing noise. Let's go to that can. I'm ready for the wind to be dying down. I bet I could stretch this out a pretty good ways just for fun. Let's go to that next can. Okay, we got a lot of wind on this one down there. Left to right. Okay, I've got a little bitty still target hanging from a chain down there. I'm gonna give this one shot because we are not quite at halfway. We're a little over half in the green on this gauge. So we're still doing good, but I don't wanna go really low with the pressure. Pretty good amount of wind on this shot. That's a lot of fun. I was kind of expecting to miss that. Okay, let's see what else I got down there. I've got a can to the right of that. Oh no, this is the smallest target. I guess that would have been a good thing to do in the beginning, or even go put my glasses on. So there's a tiny little chicken beside that orange can. Let me see if I can hit that with one shot. Got quite a bit of wind on this shot too. Nice. Well, I'm gonna count that as a double. It knocked that other one off. This thing is surprising. I understand. I mean, I kind of understood it before. I watched all the PCP videos too, but this is a lot of fun. Let's shoot old Squatch. He's feeling neglected over there. Knocked him down, but he's always kind of fell down easy. And we can't leave T-Rex out. This is the biggest target of the day, so I'll probably miss it. Nope. So all of that shooting, I'm still right over 2,000. So that's not, I mean, that's, I could probably come out here and shoot for a couple hours and only pump this thing up 3 or 4 times. But yeah, I really have no complaints. I think the only thing that I would change about that whole setup, and also the only bullpup designed guns I've ever shot, have been the 1022 kits, the novelty kits. So I like all guns. I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't like a certain type of gun, but I do enjoy a short rifle, like a carbine. Growing up, my dad had a Thompson Center Contender with a 6mm bullberry barrel, which is a 6mm in a 30-30 case, and he had it set up with like a really short barrel and a stock legally, and that was one of my favorite guns to shoot, even though that was exceptionally loud. But we might shoot that one day on the channel, but that's not what we're doing today. The Beeman Underlever. I think it's cool. I like the design of it. I like the stock. I think just with some higher rings, and I know Buckrail sells an attachment to put a bipod up front. That would come in handy. Yeah, it's a good weight. I think shooting it offhand, it would be fun. Let's just try it. Hopefully the camera's still going down there. I'm still seated, but let's see if I can hit that T-Rex not rested. But all the weight on this underlever is back in your hands. So I think this one would be a really good choice for somebody getting into shooting or getting into hunting, because you mostly shoot offhand hunting. So wish me luck on this shot. Nice. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think that's about it for me today, guys. I'm probably gonna go inside and lay down a little while, but I've been inside for 4 or 5 days straight now with my whole family, so it was really, there's no chance they'll watch this. So I love them, but it's really nice to get out, get some sunshine, and shoot such a fun rifle. Hope you guys are doing good, and hoping you're getting some time to shoot for yourself. It's warming up everywhere, especially for you guys up north. I think that's it. I'll see you guys later.